2K16 was released in October 2015, and the marketing for the game mainly revolved around Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was a solo cover star for the game. One of the commercials for the game, which players and WWE fans loved, revolved around various WWE superstars and legends such as Stone Cold Steve Austin, Sting, Seth Rollins, and Paige gathering around a campfire and burning items from their enemies. They should have put 2K15 in there. Another trailer release for the game featured Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator at the bar interacting with WWE superstars. They truly went all out with the marketing for the game. Although the marketing campaign delivered, the game did receive mixed reviews from critics. Eurogamer would actually call the game the best wrestling game in years, whilst GameSpot only rated the game 4 out of 10, stating that hardly anything in the game makes a positive impression. Now, of course, this isn't a review of the game, but we will be looking at 6 secrets you didn't know about 2K16. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we release a video. Number 6. Roman Reigns was supposed to be on the cover. When 2K and WWE were discussing who they wanted to be on the cover of the game, they were determined to get Roman Reigns as the cover star.
Making his way to the ring, from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns!
However, there was a lot of pushback, and the reception to Reigns in 2015 was extremely negative, and featuring him as a solo cover star may not have been the smartest move in the world from a sales and marketing point of view. That's why they then opted to use Stone Cold Steve Austin as the cover star, as he was universally beloved and obviously a recognizable legend, and one that 2K and WWE could guarantee would increase sales. Number 5. Mike Tyson's bizarre replacement. Stone Cold Steve Austin's legendary career was the showcase mode of the game, and one of the matches in the mode was his first WWE title win, which came at WrestleGamia 14, where he defeated Shawn Michaels. Now, those who remember the match know that Mike Tyson would serve as the enforcer for the match and would famously knock out the Heartbreak Kid out after the match. So players were a bit confused when they played showcase mode, and Iron Mike Tyson was bizarrely absent from the gameplay of the match. In Tyson's place was a generic NPC.
Oh no, sweet chin music! No! Austin counters! Austin over the stunner! Oh, what's that foot from? Oh, it's caught! Caught by Stone Cold! Austin blocks! And Austin with a stunner! Austin with a stunner! Could this be it? The enforcer in the count! Austin's got it! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
Now, the belief was that as Tyson was only going to be in a small portion of the game, there was no business sense in paying him royalties for the appearance, so they opted to use a generic NPC instead. Kinda looks like D'Lo Brown. Number 4. Build 'em Up was removed from the game after serious allegations.
We will be awarding at least one WWE contract today based on your performance. So you better make me notice you. Everyone at this tryout has some level of training or experience, but we don't care about your resume here. We only care what you show us when the pressure is on and at this very moment.
Build 'em Up was depicted as the head trainer of NXT in 2K15, however in the release of 2K16 he was replaced completely and wouldn't be in the game in any capacity. Now, the reason for this was because in 2015 serious allegations surfaced in relation to his conduct and training methods, and he quit the company, stating that he didn't want to cause the company any embarrassment. DeMott would be replaced by Matt Bloom, aka Albert, and Bloom has been in the role for the past 6 years. Bloom is featured in the game as the head trainer and continues to do so in future 2K installments. Number 3. The first mention of Owen Hart in a video game since 1999. A WWE legend Owen Hart actually appears in the cutscenes for Stone Cold Showcase mode.
Let's see what Austin can do with Eamon. Go!
In an instant, Austin's career had changed forever at the hands of Owen Hart.
Austin was hurt and hurt badly.
This marks the first time that Owen is mentioned or seen in any capacity in a WWE video game since the WWF Attitude game released all the way back in 1999. Now, the reason that Owen can't be used as a playable character in the game is because of the legal issues between Owen's estate and WWE themselves. Owen's estate, in particular his wife Martha Hart, refuses to allow Owen's likeness in any WWE properties whatsoever, so it's impossible for WWE to use him as a character in any video game release. Number 2, the biggest roster to date. The game prided itself on including the largest roster in the history of WWE video games. A total of 120 different playable characters were present in the game, and although the roster was indeed stacked, there were some notable exceptions in the game. Hulk Hogan was missing in the game, which we will later discuss, and the 4 horsewomen Bayley, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair were all removed from the game, despite all being scanned. Why they were removed is unknown, as they were on television for a number of months before the game was released. Another key wrestler that was removed was Cody Rhodes. However, WWE had an issue with including both Stardust and Rhodes in the game, so Rhodes was pulled completely from it.
And approaching the ring, from the 5th dimension, Stardust!
This place is coming alive now!
This actually caused some controversy as players wanted to see Rhodes featured in the game, and 2K were actually forced to release a statement that stated that this was a WWE decision and had nothing to do with them. And number 1, Hulk Hogan was removed.
From Hollywood, California, weighing 302 pounds, Hollywood, Hulk Hogan!
Here we go!
In 2015, it surfaced that Hulk Hogan had used racial slurs during a video that leaked online. Due to the nature of Hogan's comments, WWE decided to cut ties with Hogan, and this included him removing him from all future WWE projects. And one of these projects just so happened to be 2K16. Hogan was removed as a playable character in the game and would not appear in another 2K release until 2K20 in 2019. 2K actually began to ban players who uploaded creator wrestlers of Hogan to the online servers. This decision was met with huge backlash from fans, especially those on Twitter, and it looked like most of the bans were eventually reversed. But there you have it, folks, 6 WWE 2K16 secrets that you may not have known. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling video game content.